morning everyone. My name is Venice Ortega from Education-1 and today I'm going to have my speech about the senior high school curriculum. It is a controversial issue that many people say it is a burden and it is adding 2 more years in their education. But today I am going to have my speech to explain to you how this new curriculum in our education help us to be more prepared to our next journey. Kabataan ng Pag-asa ng Bayan, a famous quoted by Dr. Jose P. Rizal. And with that, education is the key to success. Senior high school have 5 fields like UMS, TVL, ABM, STEM, and also GAS. In our new curriculum, it helps us to be more prepared to our next journey, continue to college, or to work with the skilled self. Senior high school helps every Filipino students to be more competitive, to be a competitive students around the world. As my personal experience, senior high school is not a burden, but are essential. But rather essential. It help us to be equipped in our new education system. It helps us also to think and choose the right path we want to take. Senior high school help us to be more skilled in our new generation, and it help us to be a successful youth to our country. According to Philippines Senior High School Support Program Project Brief 2016, and with this, the implementation of senior high school aims for the student to be in line with the international standard, enables graduate of senior high school more competitive domestically and globally. And the government argue that without senior high school, students will not be holistically prepared for their life outside the school setting. For its part, the Department of Education stresses that our country is ready for a big shift of new education system. In fact, it has finished to fulfill the gaps on the number of classroom, teachers, and textbooks. Also, it has finished the planning phases along with the stakeholders. On the other hand, many of parents says it is just adding 2 more years, and this implementation of K-12 curriculum in our country draw a negative reaction from various societal groups. Since 2011 critics have been very vocal on their primary concerns. They insist that the government isn't ready for this kind of new education system in our country. So, instead of new system, and that this is more additional burden to their parents and to the students. Besides of this implementation, many of parents are against because they say adding 2 years they can't afford it, and it can burden their financial stability. Instead of graduate at age of 18 to 20 years old, but this additional 2 years more will stop the students to continue, and because they are not more engaged to study. But K-12 system is more than just adding 2 years to high school. It also gave us other factors including our preparedness for the tertiary learning, our readiness for joining the workforce, and our skill competency in the new generation. K-12 system aims to improve Filipino students' mathematical, scientific, and linguistic competence. With the new curriculum, DepEd promised to offer a higher quality of education in our country with with different tracks like what I said earlier. The government believes that K to 12 curriculum in the Philippines will put Filipino students at par with the rest of the world. Truly investing in education is the key toward reaching the national growth and development. As to conclude, senior high s- as to conclude, parents argues that it can burden their financial stability. It is time consuming. But let us think wisely. This senior high school aims in our country for the students to be more in line with standard international standard, and it it is not a burden but a step forward a step forward, but to continue and have enough knowledge and skilled self to face our new society, the new standards to our society, and to be a successful youth to our country. Be a successful youth, as Dr. Jose Perizal said, as he wrote, that we are the pag-asa. And with that, I challenge you to be that one pag-asa. And me, I will I will accept the challenge, and you will accept the challenge. And be that successful youth in our country. Prove to others that we are not just a Filipino. We have a knowledge, we have a skill to be more competitive around the world. Thank you.